Good morning and welcome to Mind Your Business Monday. Mind your business, not meaning stay out of people's business, although that might help. But mind your business as meaning pay attention to, be careful about, look after, think about this. So I want to start doing this every Monday. Well, every day it's going to be a different thing, but Monday starting off with something that gets you thought-provoking early to get the minds going, because that's how I like to operate. And so what I typically do is a journal, and I wanted to read you what I wrote today. I'm not gonna, so I don't go off on a tangent, but it can be precise, clear, and hit quickly. So today is Mind Your Business Monday, and so here we go. If your actions inspire others to dream more, to do more, to learn more, and become more, you are a leader. It's John Quincy Adams, 6th President of the United States. Have you ever found yourself in limbo? The feeling of being stuck between two realities. On one hand, you're not quite where you want to be, but on the other hand, you're not where you used to be. You wake up and you're internally conflicted. You go to bed internally conflicted. You're stuck. Not to mention, on the outside, life actually looks pretty good. Your business is doing well. Maybe you've even ventured out and done some really cool stuff, like start an acting career, acquiring leading roles, and launch to becoming a movie star. I mean, come on, how could anyone be conflicted with that type of life, right? How many people would love to have those things? To your surprise, I know that exact feeling all too well. I know what it's like to have everyone praising you on the outside because of your external accomplishments and accolades, while simultaneously laying my head on a pillow at night feeling alone, abandoned, confused, and lost, with very little sense of purpose and direction. Anticipating when this dream ride might come to an end and the harshness of reality will set in, that you've absorbed so much damage and loss and disappointment that you aren't even convinced the good in your life currently is actually real. This past weekend, my eyes were opened in a big way. As Terry Weaver and I traveled to Lake Charles Film Festival in Lake Charles, Louisiana, to promote our new movie, The Beast of Trinity, Texas, our conversation went from simple small talk to one filled with vulnerability and transparency and strategy, to taking our film and personal lives to the next level. But before any of that could take place, we both understood that acknowledgement of where we were and where we are is necessary. And in the middle of expressing some of his battles and fears for the future, he stopped and said, "Daryl, I'm so glad and thankful to have you with me. I'm glad you're helping me. You encourage me." So as I sat and paused to dissect what he had just said, there's two scriptures that came to mind. Matthew 20 and 26 through 28, where Jesus teaches his disciples that he who wants to be greatest must become servant of all. And the second scripture that came to mind was Philippians 2 and 5, where Jesus talks about taking up, how did he say it? He talked about becoming a servant, taking the garments off, regardless of what you have, regardless of what's going on, and becoming a servant. And that hit me hard, because there's so many times in life, like in this world, where we get like just bombarded with, what do we have to do? What do I need? What do I have to do? And we become so focused on ourselves. And I'll never forget a conversation I was having with my mom years ago. This time I was having some issues, and she asked me one simple question. She said, "Daryl, what were you doing before that when you had fire, when you had that when you were on fire for everything, that you're currently not doing now? And figure that out and just do that again." And for me, I was serving. I was active in the community. I was helping other people. And in a sense, a lot of people wouldn't have been able to tell. I even had people come up to me and was like, hey man, you know, you're not playing ball anymore? You don't care? And I was so full. It was right after my career ended. So at the worst time I was serving, I didn't even feel it like how I should have felt it. And I know it was because I was living a lifestyle of putting and helping people, because scripture says that he who waters others will himself be watered. In other words, it always comes back full circle. It may not come back in the same way, but it always comes back. And it's crazy because in that moment, I never would have thought, like 10 years ago when I first met Terry, that he would ask me to do a movie. And it would be a catalyst to benefit my life at the time. And so those small, simple words, it changed my perspective. We got to get back to serving, because the more we serve others, the focus is off of ourselves, is off of our problems. The more we add value to others, like he was genuinely happy, like that somebody else would dare come alongside and help. And I believe that that is a prerequisite to living a fulfilled life. And I can tell you personally, it's helped me overcome things. And I can tell you on the other side too how it feels when I stop doing, when everything's about me and I got to do this, and it just you get bombarded. So I just wanted to encourage you guys and remind you that oh yeah, it said Jesus, he emptied himself. That's what I was looking at. It said he emptied himself and took on the form of a servant. So he emptied himself. That changes, man. That changes things. So my challenge for you, my challenge for me today is to find a way to empty yourself of what you have in you in a good way. Give what you have, even if it's a smile, even if it's an encouraging word. You see, I mean, it's the little things that matter. I didn't realize that my presence in someone else's life was that important. And so I want you guys to understand that too. The same thing goes for you and the people around you. It's that important. And you're that important. So give yourself that same encouragement, that same positive atmosphere, positive actions, because at the end of the day, we were all put here for a purpose, and that was to use what God gave us to serve humanity so that humanity is made better. Y'all have a blessed Monday. God bless. See you tomorrow.